Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do this Avant Garde creative style black and yellow makeup. Yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope that you learned something new, and if you want to learn how I did this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I've already done my foundation, so if you want to learn how I do my foundation routine, I will link that video below. So yeah, we're all ready to jump into the eye makeup, and if you have or haven't noticed, I shaved off my eyebrows. I decided to do that yesterday actually. It just makes it a lot easier for a lot of looks I want to do, and I just wanted to, you know, try something different, and I'm actually kind of liking it. So yeah, if you've been thinking about shaving off your brows, just do it because it feels really awesome. So yeah, this look will obviously have no eyebrows, so if you want to block your brows, there's tons of tutorials on how to do that, or you can just do it with brows. It's totally up to you. Yeah, even if you don't want to do this kind of crazy version of it, there's always like little techniques and tips and tricks and stuff you can use from this. So yeah, we are just going to jump right in. For the eyes, the first step is to use a yellow shadow and basically put that all the way up to the brow bone and also underneath the eye. And I'm going to be using Neon from the Melt Radioactive stack, which I am freaking obsessed with. I'm just going to take that. I've already primed my lids with some concealer. So I'm just going to take that and start just pressing that on. Like, that is insane pigmentation. I'm so freaking obsessed. I absolutely love this stack and very, very easy to blend. So yeah, I'm just putting that like all the way up to where my brow would be if it was there. And just press that on until you get the pigmentation that you want. And then you can just take a brush and just soften the edges a little bit. And I'm also going to take it a little bit higher in the front area, so it kind of slopes down a little bit. And then we're also going to place that right underneath the eye, and we're going to bring it down fairly far. So now that we've got these crazy ass huge yellow eyes going on, we're gonna move on to the why can't I freaking talk? The underneath of the eye, this part. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay. So I'm just going to take this jumbo shadow stick thingy from Sephora collection, and I'm just going to run that onto the waterline and then also take it onto the lashes a little bit. And this doesn't have to be clean. It's totally fine if it's messy because we're going for a very messy look. And then just take some black eyeshadow on a small brush and just kind of blend that out a little bit. Again, it's okay if you're messy with this. That's what we want here. And then you could use a black eyeliner for this, but I'm actually going to take a little bit of this Paradise paint from Mehron, and I'm going to take that on a brush that looks like this, so it's just like a kind of fine point brush. So I'm going to wet my brush, dip it into the paint, and I'm going to slowly start adding some texture into the eye. So I want it to just look very, just kind of messy, and you can kind of tap it out with your finger. So yeah, you really want that kind of like blotchy kind of a look. And then just slowly start adding it, and you can always tap it with your finger just to soften it a little bit. And then you can take it down lower in a few areas. Okay, so once we have that done, for when I do like paint spattering and stuff, these brushes are my favorite. Sorry, it's really messy, but they have very dense bristles, and so it's really easy to spatter the paint. So I just dip that in some water and in the same black Paradise paint. And then first I'm just gonna kind of dot it on, because the bristles that this brush has, it gives it a really, really nice texture. So I'm just gonna dab it on a little bit, and then I'm just gonna spatter it a little bit. So just using my finger, I'm just running it over the bristles. I'm just kind of aiming it in the area that I want. So I'm just going to do kind of below the eye area and then kind of across the nose. So it'll be kind of like a freckly effect. Okay, now that we have all this craziness going on underneath the eye, we're going to focus on the lid. So just take a very tiny liner brush or whatever type of brush you prefer and take some black gel liner, or in my case I'm actually just going to use the same Mehron Paradise paint. I'm just taking that on a very tiny brush and I'm going to start doing a line. Actually no, first I'm going to just do my regular eyeliner, just like a very thin line. Okay, so now that we have that done, we're going to start creating a line just above your crease. And then we're going to want to just wing it out a little bit. And then just go over that line until it's thick enough. So now that you have that line thick enough to your liking, we're going to be doing kind of another wing just below that. And you just want to make sure that the lines are parallel to each other. Okay. And now we're going to do one more line. We're going to do that kind of at the front here. Okay, so now that that's done, we're just going to apply some mascara and false lashes. I'm just applying the NARS Audacious Mascara. And then for lashes, I am going to be using my all-time favorites, which are Iconic from House of Lashes. Just waiting for the glue to get tacky. Sorry if I'm like sniffling in this video, my nose is just running. I think it's because springtime's coming and allergy season is on its way, so that's never a fun time. There's a cat hair on my lash. Okay, or just don't stick at all, that's great. And yeah, don't worry if you get messy with this look. Obviously that's the look we're going for. The only thing you really want clean is like these lines, but anything else, just kind of go crazy with it. Okay, so now that the eyes are complete, we're going to move on to the lips, and I'm going to be using Weirdo from Jeffree Star, which is my favorite black lipstick ever. But since this is more of a creative avant-garde style, we're also going to smudge it a little bit. So first we're just going to apply it normally. Okay, so now that you have your lips all nice and done up, we're just gonna mess them up a little bit. So just take your fingers and just kind of start swiping it. I'm just gonna do it on one side. Just smear that lipstick. You can also go back in and add a little more just to make it a little darker. So just dot a little bit more on. And then just start messing that right up. And if you look crazy, that's perfect. That's what we want. And then you can also take some black paint with that same kind of stiff brush. And then you can kind of dot on some texture here as well. just to kind of tie it in with the eyes. And obviously if you want it more wearable, maybe just skip this step, unless, you know, hey, not judging you if you want to wear this out. I mean, do your thing. Okay, so now we're done the lips. We're gonna add actually a little bit of gloss to the eyes, and this is one of my favorite products for doing glossy eyes. This is face gloss from Milk. This is the only product I've used from them. They are a fairly new brand, but I really love this stuff. It's really nice to use for the eyes because it's not super sticky, but it's really shiny, so it still gives you that really nice glossiness. So I'm just gonna be applying that underneath the eye, and I'm just using a small brush to do that, but you can also use your finger. And I'm just kind of globbing that on the areas that the black is. And this just gives a really cool texture, and also when you photograph it, it looks really awesome as well. And then even though the Jeffree Star lipstick is matte, I want to tie it in with the eyes and add a little gloss to that too. But I chose to use this anyways because I love how pigmented this lipstick is. Just gonna apply that. You can also bring that down onto the face a little bit. Okay, so now that we are done with the face, we can move on to the chest area. So for the neck, we're just going to keep it pretty simple. We're going to start off just by doing a base of some foundation, so everything we do over top of that is going to stick. So I'm just applying my Makeup Forever stick foundation. I'm going in with that same neon shadow from Melt, and I'm just going to focus that on the neck area. You can also use a yellow body paint if you prefer. So once you have that applied, I'm just going to take kind of a fluffier brush, and I'm going to dip that into the same black paint. And then I'm just going to kind of start creating a few lines. And this type of fluffy brush is going to give the paint kind of a nice texture. And again, we just want to be really messy here, so you don't really want the lines to be perfect. You can kind of go over them a bit to darken them up. Okay, and then we're just going to do the same paint spattery thing with this brush. Just to add some more texture and tie it in with the face. This is always like my favorite part of makeups. I don't know why. I just love doing paint spattery looks. And here's the finished look. I also went ahead and painted my hand with some black Paradise paint as well. I just think it looks really awesome in photos. I think I should be a model, you guys. I think I'm in the wrong profession. Look, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I know it's not an everyday look, but I really love doing these kind of avant-garde creative style looks. So if you don't want to recreate it, you can at least take different techniques from it. But if you do want to recreate it, I would absolutely love that. Make sure to tag me on Instagram so I will see it. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!